all the scrams will be in the description below. So this is the first scram, and here I see we have these two edges that are paired up with the triangle. So I'm thinking about pairing up blue and red, but this triangle here is gonna go over here, and we have this triangle over here, so it's not the best. What I can do here is I can also try pairing up these two, and I guess what I can do is like pair up blue and white. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So how I'm gonna execute that, I'll probably do from this angle here. So solve red and purple, and then blue, and then solve the rest like that. Okay, we have this pre-made triple, so I'm going to immediately insert that. And then here we have this triple that I can do. So we have purple here, and this blue will be solved like that. And then insert it in. Here, I guess what I would do is I would just fix these two immediately. So I would just, wait, no, this is correct color scheme, I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is correct color scheme, so I might as well just save it. We have this triangle over here. So here, I would do that, and then we'll just solve the rest like that. Orientate your center, and then here, I guess I'll just take this and then solve blue edge like so, and then orientate your centers. And then for this LBT case, we have this solved corner, and we have a solved red triangle here. So we need purple, and then there's no purple triangles up here, but there is one right over here. So we can insert that in like that. And then here for this setup case, we have one yellow triangle on the side and two flipped corners. So yellow triangle is over here, and we're at this angle, so the empty slot will be over here. So it's a sledge, and then U prime, and then we have this case where it's a sledge bar and all the triangles are already solved. This is the second scram, and here I'm thinking about pairing up these two. This triangle is gonna go up here, and we'll just have two triangles on the same face, but the edge isn't there, so like that kind of case. What I can also try doing is like solve blue and red by like pairing up this triangle to here and then solve them like that. Now if I do that, this triangle is gonna go over here. Wait, this triangle is gonna go over here. I don't know, I don't really like that, to be honest. How like the triangles are going to too many places. Okay, well actually I see a simpler solution. What I can also do is I can pair up this triangle with purple and pair up the purple edge with red edge, and then I could solve blue. Yeah, so just solve purple and red like that, and then solve blue like that, and then insert it in like so. I'm going to rotate down and solve this half-made triple, and there's red, so insert that in. And then I'm going to do this triple, I see blue, and then we rotate up here and I see purple right there. Yeah, it's pretty easy. And then we're going to do gray center, so this is half made, and we have the two triangles down here, so solve like that. Orientate your center, we have half made orange center, so we just solve the rest like so. I think I corner twisted, I'm sorry. Orientate your centers. Okay, luckily it's just a yellow corner, not the LBT. But for this LBT case is pretty nice. So basically how this one works is that if we have a flipped edge, not flipped edge, flipped corner with a connected triangle right here, and we have blue triangle over here that needs to be over here. So you put this blue triangle over here, and you take this corner out like that, and that blue triangle that was over here, it goes over here now. So I connect them like that, and then insert like so. Okay, so this is, all right, so it should be this case, I think. Yeah, so for this case, we have one yellow triangle on the side, and we have two flipped corners. I think this is the same case as last time, but we're at a different angle because I think we were over here, but now we're at this angle. So empty slot is over here, so we do a hedge and then U prime. Yeah, And then for this TCP, it's no bar, and the triangles are going counterclockwise. So here's the third scram. This is not that good scram, to be honest, but well, what I can do here is that I can try solving red and purple by connecting this white triangle to here and then solve it like so. This triangle is going over here, and this triangle over here is going over here. I don't like having both triangles on the same face, so I'm going to go for try to see if I can see anything else. But I do see that I can solve red and blue by connecting this white triangle that's over here, connect it with red, and then connect it with blue. Now if I do that, this triangle won't get disturbed, or like this edge and these two triangles won't get disturbed at all. So this is actually pretty nice. So I just solve these two, rotate up, and then solve, no wait, sorry, solve, yeah, I think that was how you do it. But yeah, solve this purple edge there. And then here we have this half made triple. Here's blue triangle right here, so connect it like that. And then here we have this half made triple, so here's blue, insert it like so. So this is pretty bad, but what I'm gonna do here is like I would preserve this long block, I guess, so do like that. And then here we don't pair up these two because this would be incorrect card scheme, you know. So what I'm going to do here is do R instead, and then we could solve purple like that. Okay, this is pretty bad O2C, but I would just take a triangle and pair these two up like that, and then we have this case. Orientate your centers, and here we have this LBT case where it's a solved corner with a solved triangle over here, so we need red right here, and we have a red on top of here. So insert the red triangle like that, and we have this setup case where we have two yellow triangles on the side and two flipped corners, and we have empty slot over here. So at this angle I would do, yeah, make sure your setup case is like this, and I do a sledge and then a U. And then for this TCP we have a sledge bar with the triangles going counterclockwise. Come on. There. On to the third scram. Okay, so I see that we can solve red and blue, and we have these two triangles that are away from each other. Not the best case, but there is a solution that I do see that I can do. But let's see if we can find anything else. No, I don't want to see anything else, to be honest. Actually, wait. What I could do here is I can solve these two with this triangle over here, and then we can solve these two like so. Or actually no, there is a shortest. I think the first solution is better. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the first solution that I saw. Anyways, so solve these two like that, and you're gonna move this triangle over here, and basically you want to think of it as like a TCP, where we're gonna solve these two, and we could do that with an inverse sledge like that. And there we go. So for the first two triples, I see this half made triple right here. So we need blue, and there's blue right there. So insert in like that, and we have this half made triple over here, and we have blue right there. So insert it in like that. Now for the first center, I would probably just solve these two like that. And then yeah, so these two are untabled, so that means we can solve them PRU gen. Orientate your center. Here we have correct card scheme, so we need one more triangle. So we have half center, and then we solve them like this. Orientate your centers, and then here for this OBT case, we have a solved corner, but we have no solved triangles. Now what we do have on top of here is a purple triangle, and that goes right here. So for this case, I would put the purple triangle over here, and then take this corner out like that, and then move this corner over here. Now what happened is that this purple triangle that was over here, like this one, it was over here, but now it moved over here. All right, so now we have this corner connected with this purple triangle that was over here. And here we have the red edge, not red edge, red triangle. So insert in like that and solve it like that. And here we have the same case as last time, but it's different. So it's 2 yellow triangles on the side and 2 twisted corners. And we have empty slot on the right this time. So it's a hedge and then U prime. And here it's, again, similar case as what we got last time. So this is hedge bar with the triangles going clockwise. This is the 5th strand. So here, not that good. Well, actually, no, this is pretty good. What am I saying? Yeah, this is pretty easy to understand. So basically, we could just pair up these two like that, and solve blue edge like that. All right. Now for the first 2 triples, we have this triple over here. We have red and blue. So do that, and there's blue. Let's do that. I see this half-made triple over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And there's blue right there, so insert it in like that. Then put it in. And for the first center, I'm gonna do orange because I see this yellow edge connected with an orange triangle. Excuse me. So we could pair up these two like that. And then solve these two like this. And then here, what I would do, so we have these 2 edges that are paired up with a triangle. So what I would do is I would take this yellow edge over here like that. But here it's incorrect color scheme. And also the thing is that when you're taking in a paired edge, this edge is already set up to a 3-move insertion. But here, this is incorrect color scheme. So we have to do color scheme cancellation like that. And of course, make sure you orientate your centers. And here we got lucky. So this triple is already made. So we just insert it in like that. And here we have same setup case. I'm not gonna go over it again. And we have this CCP where it's hedge bar and these 2 triangles need to be flipped. This is the 6th strand. So here we can pair up purple with blue, and we could set up the triangles to be untangled triangle case. Now what I do notice here is that we have this half-made triple. So actually, yeah, we can make a pseudo error block. Like, well, unfortunately this triple is gonna be like flipped, but still it's worth saving, to be honest. I mean, we can also try making these 2 in 3 moves, this half-made triple, but we could just make the pseudo error block in 2 moves. So I think this is better. Now for these 2 triangles, now I was originally planning to just solve this in 1 move, but actually if I make the triple, these 2 triangles are gonna go over here. So yeah, so I know what to do. So make this block and form this triple. Oh, we have this triple that's formed already too. That's kind of nice. But I don't think we're gonna preserve this. But anyways, we're gonna solve red edge like that, and so like so. Then we're gonna solve this triple, and then here I guess we'll do this triple next. So there's red, and then there's purple back there, and I saw this yellow edge over here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and solve it already. And here we're gonna solve blue like that. All right. So for this case, I mean, I don't really do anything like too seriously. I just take in one of the edges, and then we have purple here. So go ahead and take that, and then solve yellow like so. Okay. Here, I guess what I would do is I would take this blue edge, blue triangle, like that, And then here we have red. So do a sledge to move it over here. And now we have the triple over here that's ready to be inserted like that. Here we have this case. Doesn't matter which way you go, but I usually just do a U prime because I don't know why. Anyways, so here we have this case where it's one yellow triangle on the side and no flipped edges, no flipped corners I meant, and you do inverse hedge and then U prime. Here we have this TCP where it's a slash bar with these two needs to be flipped. This is the 7th scram, and here I see that we can try solving purple edge, and once we do the F prime, we have these two triangles that are untangled. What I can also try doing is I can try solving red and purple with this triangle over here. This triangle is going to go over here, which it's not that good. No, it's not good. Yeah, honestly, I would just go with what I originally planned. So here, yeah, so just solve purple with red like that, F prime, and then solve blue like that. Here we have this not half made, it's actually pre-made. I don't know, honestly, like realistically I wouldn't see that, so I would see this first, and I see that we have this purple triangle and this blue triangle over here, so I'll go ahead and solve it like that and then insert it in like that. And now we have this half-made triple here, and there's red. Very nice. So here we have this center, half-made center, and it's correct card scheme, so that's nice. Here I would just do that, and I guess what I would do, I would probably just do this, where I'll do U prime, and it's untangled triangle case, so solve this, and then connect it like that. And then here, let's do another white R prime, and I see that we could try, actually it doesn't really matter, but I would just do the correct card scheme, take this red edge and then solve these two like that, or take your centers, and then here we have red, and then here's the blue triangle here, so we can actually solve them. We could solve this without disturbing this solved blue triangle, so we can do it at this angle like that. And here it's the same setup case, and then we have this case where it's a hedge bar and these two needs to be flipped. Here's the 8th scram, and here I see that we can try this is actually not that bad. So here we have this pretty unique case where we have like red and purple that are connected with a triangle. What I can do here is that I can also make this a pair while preserving this pair, you know, because, you know, if I do R prime, this gets disturbed. So yeah, so I see, yeah, I think I see the solution. Yeah, so here I would do D prime, then solve this pair, and then here I would solve these two like that, and then solve red edge like that. And here we have this half-made triple, and there's red, so solve like that, and then we have this half-made triple, and then there's blue right there, so insert in like that. Here we have this case, not case, sorry. We have this edge that's connected with the orange triangle, so I'll just solve it like that. And I know this yellow triangle is, not yellow triangle, this yellow edge is on this layer here, so I can just solve it like that. And then here we have this case where I would just take in this yellow edge like that, and then solve red edge like so. And here we skipped LBT, so that's nice. So straight to the setup case. So we have we have one yellow triangle on the side, and we have 2 flipped corners like this. So here I would do, actually for this case, I prefer to have it like this. There's actually a lot of ways you can do it, but I would do it like this. So for this case, you have your layer set up like this. You do a sledge, U prime, hedge, U prime, like that. And for this TCP, we have a hedge bar, and all triangles are solved. Okay. This is the 9th scram, and here, this is actually not bad. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Okay, so it's kind of like the other scram we went over, but all the edges are paired up. It's not just 2, all of them are. So here, this is pretty easy. So we're just gonna pair up red and purple like that, and then rotate to solve blue like that. And here we got lucky, we got a pre-made triple, and then here we have half-made triple, and we have blue triangle right there. So do that. Here, I guess what I would do is I would, like for this case, I see this in like L2C as well. So I would just do this, and then take in red, and then solve yellow like that. Rotate, yeah, do white R and white R prime, and then pair up these 2 like that, and then solve these 2 like that. Here for this case, I would probably rotate over here, and we have this solved blue triangle over here, and then we have this red triangle over here. So we can insert this red triangle over here while flipping this corner. So do that, and then we could solve this while preserving this solved blue triangle, like this. And here we skip setup case, so we're straight to the TCP. We have a slash bar, and these 2 triangles need to be flipped. So it goes like this. So this is the 10th scram. We are halfway through this video. So here, oh, again, just like our last scram, all the edges are paired up with the triangle. But this time, however, this is going to be incorrect color scheme. So yeah, so because, you know, when we're going to insert this, we're going to solve red with blue, but this is incorrect color scheme. But the thing is, when we have all triangles, not all triangles, all edges are paired up, it's already set up to like a 3-move insertion, so it's already set up to incorrect color scheme. So here, we do this, and do incorrect color scheme cancellation. So for this first 2 triples, so for the first triple, I'm going to do this one, and then we have red edge, red triangle over here, and I rotate, and then there's purple triangle. I would do this triple first, not first, next, and then, yeah, here we just have red inserting, so very easy. So for the first E center, I'm going to do orange center, and I'm going to solve these 2 like that, and then we'll solve blue like that. Here, I guess what I would do, I would probably just insert this in while taking out this edge like that, and then I'm going to solve these 2 like that. Orientate your centers, and then here, very easy, we have this corner that can be connected with this purple triangle, and we have blue triangle over here that we can insert in like that, and then insert it in like that. We have this setup case. This is one of the cases that we went over like in the first few solves of this video. But yeah, this is, for this case, you know, just do a sledge, and then U. And then here for this TCP, we have no bar, and these 2 needs to be flipped, so it goes like this. So this is the 11th scram. Here, so we can pair up these 2 edges, but here we have, well, we have our untangled triangle case, which is not something to complain about, but I think we can do something better than that. What I can also do here is I can solve red and purple. This triangle is going to be over here. No. I'm thinking... No. Actually, okay, so here, yeah, well, there is this one trick that I do want to share, for this case, so I'm gonna go over it. So pair up these two, so we have these two that are untangled. Here, I'm gonna do a U, and we're gonna solve all of this in 3 moves, like that. Very nice. So for this first triple, we have purple over here, so insert it in like that, and there's red, insert it like that. That's very easy. Anyways, yeah, here, so this is pretty good as well. So we have this long block right here, and we're gonna preserve this while solving yellow and red like that, and then make our gray center like that. Here, I guess what I would do, I'm just gonna pair up these two. Okay, but unfortunately we get this pretty yucky case, but I mean, it's pretty spammy, but still not that great. And here we got lucky, so we have this pre-made triple, do a D move to insert it in, and we have this setup case, so it's just a hedge and a U, and we have this TCP where it's no bar, and we have the triangles going clockwise. This is the 12th SRAM. Here, so we have this long block that I just noticed. Well, not just noticed, but I noticed this a long time ago. Now here, if I try preserving this and insert this in, but this is going to be incorrect color scheme if I do that. So what I can do instead is I can just insert this long block immediately connected with red edge, and yeah, we can just solve purple like so. So insert this in and then solve purple like that. Very simple. I'm gonna do this triple first. There's red, and then there's blue. So there's that, and then we have this half triple, and then we have red triangle over here. Insert like so. Here, we have this long block right here, and we could solve these two, but the thing is, this is going to be incorrect color scheme. So what I would do here is I would like kind of solve these two, but not really. So you'll see. So pair up these two, but don't do the R. Instead, you're going to do an R prime, and then solve blue like that. All right. Here, I would solve this blue edge like that, and then just solve the rest like so. All right. Here, I see we have this solved blue triangle, and I could just take in this purple triangle to insert here like that, and then solve this halfway triple while preserving this blue triangle like that. All right. Now for this setup case, it's where we have the two yellow triangles on the side and no flipped corners. Now when we're at this angle here, what I like to do is I do a hedge U prime / U. So now onto TCP, we have this / bar, and these two needs to be flipped. So like this. This is the 13th SRAM. Here I would, this is pretty straightforward. Straightforward solution that I first see is, I could pair up these two and solve red edge like that. What I can also try doing is pair up red and purple, but the thing is, I'm gonna have to like solve, well, actually it's not, both of the solutions actually aren't that bad, but you know what, I'll just do my first solution because why not. So here, just pair up these two and solve white, and then solve the rest like that. All right, so we have this first triple, and here we have purple right there, and then we have blue right there. Here we have this triple, pretty bad because, you know, we have these two that are flipped, but we'll just go for it anyways. We have blue right there, and then we have the red, do that, insert next sub. Here, we have these two that are paired up. Not sure about the purple triangle though. Not purple triangle, purple edge. I guess I'll just take a look and see. So we have this. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, yeah, honestly, like realistically, I'll probably just pair these two up anyways, without even like knowing what purple edge is. So do that, and then do U to set up untangle triangle case, and then solve the rest like that. Here we have, yeah, I'll just do white R prime. I guess I'll just pair up these two like that, and then solve the rest like so. And then here we have this LBT case. I would just, so we have this purple triangle that I solved, and we'll insert this red triangle over here while flipping this corner. So like that, and then solve this without disturbing this purple triangle, like that. And we have this setup case, so do the hedge, U prime, and then we have this TCP where it's no bar and these two needs to be flipped. This is the 14th RAM. So here I can, yeah, this is straightforward. I would just solve these two, blue and red, and well, I can also try pairing up purple and red, but I think I'll do this solution instead. So what I would do here is, you know, yeah, so pair up these two like I just said, but here I would do an BL, or L actually, it will be an L. And then here, we're gonna take advantage of this empty layer here. So here what I would do is move this move this white triangle over here, pair it up with purple, and then insert like so. Here I'll do this triple first, and wow, this is kind of bad. I guess, well, like double rotation, I know. But anyways, I would just solve this triangle. Take this red triangle like that, yeah. Take this purple triangle like that, insert it in, and then we'll do this triple here that I see that's half made. Just do that, and there we go. Here, I guess I'll take this blue edge that's paired up with yellow, and then solve purple like that. And then here we have this half made center, and then gonna set up this 2-3 mover like that, 3 move insertion, and orientate your centers of course. And here we have this LBT case where it's flipped corner, and we have this connected triangle. So here we need blue triangle, and the blue triangle is over here. So similar to what I went over like a few scrams ago, I would put the blue triangle over here, take this corner out, and that blue triangle that's over here now moved over here, and I could just insert the whole triple in like that. And this is a setup case I went over a while ago. So this is hedge U prime / U, and we have this TCP where it's two flipped, the 2 triangles over here that needs to be flipped, and we have a hedge bar over here. This is the 15th scram, and here this is a pretty nice scram. We have this half made white center, so we just need to solve purple edge, but also we have this solved triple, so we can make an error block, so it's very nice. So here, yeah, so this edge is going to be paired up with this triangle as well. So yeah, this is very nice. So here I would, wait, no, actually no, this layer won't be affected, I'm sorry. But you know, I will solve these two anyways. So yeah, so just make the error block like that, and then solve these two like that. And here we got lucky. Again, we have this pre-made triple, so that's very easy, you know, white center and first 2 triples. Now here we have this half-made gray center, but the thing is, this is incorrect color scheme. So here, we're gonna solve yellow, but not solve it actually, and you'll see what I mean. So you know, we won't, yeah. So we're not gonna like solve yellow. We're instead setting it up to like the three move insertion, you know. So we have that, and now we're gonna do incorrect color scheme cancellation like that. And here, I would just insert purple, and here we got this bad case. So not the greatest, but you know, it's pretty spammy, I guess. Now here for this LBT case, we have this solved triangle, and this time we have this half-made triple, but this time it's the solved triangle on top layer this time, not on the side. So here, we're gonna preserve this blue triangle, and we're gonna solve this like that, all right? And here we have this setup case, but this time we're at this angle here. We have the two triangles over here, so we're gonna do /U/U, all right? And here we have this easy TCP. It's a no bar, and all triangles are solved. This is the 16th RAM. Here we can, oh, here actually we can make an error block, because we have this half-made triple here connected with this purple edge, and here we have this red edge connected with the red triangle over here. So this is very nice. Now as for, you know, the two other triangles and this edge over here, so what I see is that I can, well, not what I can do, but you know, seeing where the white triangles are going. So this triangle is going to be over here. This triangle is going to be over here. So yeah, just set up to untailed triangle case, not that big of a deal. So, you know, make the error block, and like I said, make sure you move the error block out of the way, of course, and then set up to the untailed triangle case, and then solve the rest like that. Easy. Here we have this not TCP, we have this triple here that we can make. So we have purple, and then we have blue, so do that, and then insert it in. Here, we have this half-made gray center, but here it's incorrect color scheme, so we're gonna set it up like this, and then do your incorrect color scheme installation like that. And here, I guess what I would do, just take in the purple like that, and then solve yellow like so. Okay, and here we have this already made triple here, and I guess I might as well just insert like this, and yeah, very easy. For this setup case, we have the two flipped corners and it's one triangle actually, one yellow triangle on the side and two flipped corners. So when we're at this angle here, you do /U prime hedge U prime. The other one was a U, I'm sorry. For this TCP, it's a hedge bar, and all triangles are already solved. So this is very nice TCP, but I'm not that great at executing it. This is the 17th gram. We can solve red and blue, but the thing is that we're gonna have these two triangles over here, so it's not a case that I really like to do. But what I have to see is that we can try solving red and blue with this triangle over here, but again, we're gonna have this triangle over here and this triangle over here, so I don't like that case either. But you know what, I'll go with the first solution though, because to be honest, it's not that big of a deal, because, you know, yeah, you'll see. So just solve these two like that, and then solve the two triangles like that, and insert it like that. Here we have this half-made triple, and then we have purple that right over here, insert it in. We have red, and then there's purple, insert it like that. And here I would pair up red and blue, and then solve yellow like that. Here, this is pretty nice F2C. So we have all the edges that are paired up. So here, when I insert this blue triangle over here, it's this yellow triangle, not yellow triangles, this is the blue edge here. If I insert this blue edge here, this yellow edge is going to be over here, and it's already set up to the 3-move insertion. But the thing is here is that this is incorrect color scheme, so we have to do color scheme installation, which is already sub to it. So yeah, so we can do this and then do incorrect color scheme installation like that. And then for LBT, this is not that great case. But what I would do here is just simply, you know, we have the blue facing on the side. So take this blue triangle like that. And here we have this solved red edge, solved red triangle. So just solve it like that while preserving this red triangle. And here we skip setup case. So this is straight to TCP. We have no bar, and these two needs to be flipped. This is the 18th scram, and here, this is similar to what we can do like last time. It's pretty funny, but we can, I don't know how this would work. Well, it's very similar to what we did like a few scrams ago. But anyways, so I would just pair up this this triangle with this blue edge. And then as for this edge, this paired up edge, it will be like over here. Yeah, so it'll be over here. So yeah, we'll pair up this with red, and it'll be incorrect color scheme. Okay, so that's the solution. So anyways, so do this, pair it up like that. Then we're going to solve red edge, and then do the incorrect color scheme cancellation like that. All right, now onto the first two triples. We have this first triple right here. So we have purple and red. So do that. And then here we have this halfway triple here, and there's red like that. Here, easy orange center, because this is half made, and I see that this is 3-move insertion, like that. And here we're gonna do green center, and here I already see the solution. So this is gonna be sub to 3-move insertion if I insert purple over here, and this is gonna be incorrect color scheme, so I don't have to like adjust this layer right here, just this layer. All right, so do that, and then orientate centers. And here we have this LBT. I'm so eager to do TCP, I don't know why. But anyways, so LBT, this corner is solved. This, we have solved purple edge, purple triangle. We need blue triangle, and that's one of these two, but I'm gonna go with this one, I guess, because why not? Setup case, pretty easy, just a sledge and U prime, I meant, and easy TCP, hedge, and then triangle is going counterclockwise. This is the 19th scram, and for this TCP, I keep saying TCP, I meant for the white center. For this white center, I mean, this is straightforward pretty much, really, but you just solve red with purple, and this would be, you know, I'm gonna set this up to untangle triangle case, and we'll just solve blue edge like so. So just do that, rotate to solve blue edge like that. I see this half-made triple, and then we have blue triangle over, not blue, purple triangle over here. So do that. There's red, and then purple. There's purple right there. Excuse me. Yeah, so pretty easy. Now for the first center, I saw this first, so I might as well just do orange center first. Yeah, so do that. Set up to untangle triangle case, and then solve blue like so. And then we have red, and then here, I guess I'll just take in purple, and then solve yellow like that. All right. And here we have this LBT case where we have flipped corner and solved blue triangle. So here we're gonna take one of the red triangles on top, and this is the red triangle over here. So move it over here, and then we're gonna flip this corner while solving this red triangle like so, like that. Nope, hold on. Oh my gosh, I didn't do it right. Okay, I think it's like that. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, so for the setup case, we have one yellow triangle over here and two flipped corners, and we have the empty slot over here, so just do a hedge and then U, and then same TCP as last one. It's just a hedge bar and the triangle is going counterclockwise. And this is the last scram of the video. So here for this scram, this is pretty straightforward. Yeah, here we could take advantage of this empty layer here, because you know, we'll have the solved half center over here. So yeah, so this is very nice. So I would pair up blue edge like this, I guess, and then we have this solved triple, but I didn't see that, so we're gonna ignore that. We have this white triangle over here, so solve like that. And here we have purple triangle over here, so you know, we're gonna do this triple. There's purple, and then I saw red over here, so do that. There's purple, and then again I saw the blue, so insert it in. And here we have all the green edges that are paired up. So here we can solve them like that, and then you know, this is correct color scheme, by the way, so just solve like that. Very nice. We have this long block right here, so yeah, just take in yellow, yeah, for correct color scheme, and then solve the rest of the E centers like so. And then for LBT, we have this corner that's paired up, but unfortunately we have both red triangles over here, so either one we take, we're going to end up with this, where we have to do a D move to insert the bottom triple. So for setup case, yeah, this is very easy. We went over this like many times. At that angle, just do a sledge and then a U prime, and then we have this TCP where we have no bar, and these two needs to be flipped. And that's it.